questions for Coach?
Can you talk about CJ and being able to produce 7 steals? That I believe that almost kind of doubles his career high, and he's really getting into the passing lanes today.
You know, he just what I was really proud of him. He got those steals off the scout. As far as what we just put him in, like kind of showed him where we thought there'd be opportunities, and he did a great job. He's really aggressive. I mean, that guy really, I think he's excited to play games, which is great. Which you should anyway. But he really gets excited to play games, and just his energy throughout the game was great. He played really well.
You guys never really at any point kind of put them away per se, but you never really kind of let them kind of breathe down your neck. Was it, were they just kind of playing tough to where you couldn't go up by 20, 25?
You know what? I don't know if we're that much better than them yet, but we did. We had a hard time keeping off the offensive board. I told our guys that they're well coached. I was really impressed with them on film, and they won at Air Force by 10, and the guy had 40, and that's hard to do in a new program. So, and he's real. They lead in Division II. His teams always really defended the 3, and they're really good rebounding teams. And so when they're plus 10 coming in here, I knew that was going to be. And so we really couldn't get away. We couldn't secure the ball, so it exposed us a little bit there. But we took care of the ball and made some good plays. I thought we played a little more poised for the second half, kind of trying to get our legs underneath us a little bit.
You mentioned Tariq, who did have 41 against Air Force. Just 2 points from tonight on free throws. He actually led the nation in fouls drawn for 40, which I know Coach Andrushek has talked a lot about that you guys focus on. How big was that, keeping him not only off the scoreboard, but really away from the foul line as well?
Awesome. It's a weapon we don't have. We're working on finding ways to get the foul line, but just guard him really well. I mean, it's a big part of our scout. But him, Maker, and Stutzman, we didn't do as good a job on Stutzman. That if they got 2 of those 3 guys, it would be tough. If all 3 of them, it would be a long night. But keep them off the foul line. Anyone we play is important. We really work on that, emphasize that every day.
It seems that the Seattle U game was kind of, the upper echelon of games. The Santa Clara one, a bit of a tougher one. And then this kind of falls in the middle. Do you think it's kind of a telling to say that, there's going to be some ups and downs here in the early going?
I think there are every season, every year. Until you're like a really secure, program that, everyone's gone through it, kind of knows what to expect. But it's different every year, and you got to learn things. You forget things, even as a coach too. So, like I said, we got a lot of new faces, and I think it will be. We struggled. We've been really high, and we've had some really low. And I would say that's fairly accurate today. We were good defensively. Couldn't grab a rebound, and we held on to the ball. So 2 out of 3 things that we're really concentrating on. We're going to make shots, I promise.
Did you get an update on Jalen Shedd after the game?
No yet, but hopefully it's nothing too major. We can't afford to lose any ball handling. But I thought he did a really good job. He was awesome defensively. He did a really good job and really took care of it. And penetrated when they're switching stuff and created some problems for him.
And then not playing Noah, is that matchup based or just something you want to give some other guys some time?
I told our guys that in the way they play, they stretch you out. They use all 47 by 50 over there, and I thought they'd take their out a little bit. And I was like, you know what? This time of year, and it's my first year, so do it. Like sometimes it's easier to really shorten your rotation early, so you can bring guys along later. So instead of trying to, cut 4 guys, 12 minutes, 3 minutes each, it's better to get, trying to get like Gervais going on that. And I thought he did a good job defensively. And we'll have situations where we'll get that bench up to 9, 10, 11 guys. I think we got some good guys that, we've had a couple injuries too with Boba, and trying to find a spot to get him in there. And he's still not all the way back. So maybe that helps us on the rebounding, because we do need something around the rim. He takes up a lot of space.
There was also an inbound play in the second half where they kind of stormed back to the bench. I'm sure you know the one I'm talking about. Can you talk about that? Does that still show that this team has a lot of work to go?
One of my pet peeves that giving up points off out of bounds, and we did it twice, and we talked about it at the timeout. And when we were in the right position, then we took a fake and it went right down the lane. So it happened twice. So that was even more depressing. So kudos to them. They kind of found our weak little spot in their zone defense coverage, but we had it covered. One guy's got to do his job. We whiffed on it twice. That was a head hanging.
It seemed like towards the end of the first half they kind of gave some serious pushback, and then you guys came out in the second half and right away, the first few minutes, they didn't score much and kind of stretched that lead a little bit to kind of where it maintained. Was there an emphasis on a certain defensive aspect to start the second half?
You know what? We were just stingy, and I think that first group's pretty good for us. You know, and that's why I said we got to bring some other guys along, so we can. That first group has been their plus minus is great. So both, you know, look at first medias, both of them. I think we're probably plus 18. So after that, we lost the game. You know, another 8 medias combined. So the first started both halves were they're always key. Coaches talk about all the time, but it's important, especially we're up 5 at half.
Yeah.
5 at half, and you know we were up 7. We got punked on a rebound. They got a layup. That really just won our loose balls. They converted them into buckets. You know, we had a chance to have 7 with the ball towards the end of the half. So 5-point game's pretty tight. We buckled down. That could be easily one possession game, and it can go a lot of different ways.
Did you get Jeff anything for his birthday, or is that a violation of NCAA rules?
We'll say it's a violation, or I'm more of a thoughtless coach. Take it every one.
How big was it to bounce back after a tough loss to a good Santa Clara team?
You know what? I didn't really think our guys were hanging on that too much, but it's always good. I didn't think we had much of a hangover that way. But, you know, we had to jump on a little bit yesterday in practice, and that's part of the process. And just so we consider ourselves the attitude and effort police. That's really our job. So we got to, and our guys, they've been pretty good that way. We're going to keep coming.
Anything else?